Hi, I'm Katie Cleary, President and founder of World Animal News and Peace for Animals. And these are the top breaking animal news stories making headlines and how you can get involved. In wildlife news, Dallas Safari Club holds ego-driven trophy hunting convention, where they virtually auction off threatened and endangered species. The notorious trophy hunting organization once again auctioned off hunts of some of the most beautiful and rare species on the planet, all to raise an estimated $3.5 million for their organization. 849 exhibitors from 32 countries participated in the virtual convention that was held earlier this month. 351 of those exhibitors offered hunting trips to kill 319 species, including critically endangered black rhinos, cheetahs, brown bears, and kangaroos, in 70 countries. If you're against this senseless cruelty, please sign the pledge against trophy hunting on worldanimалnews.com. In more wildlife news, despite public outrage, Namibia moves forward with their controversial plan to auction off 170 wild elephants. The travesty reportedly took place on January 29th, despite over 100,000 concerned petitioners urging the Namibian government and the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism to stop its plan. Since the Namibian government didn't disclose what happened to the 170 elephants, we believe that they were auctioned off to trophy hunters. In international news, Qatar Airways Cargo saves wildlife with We Care initiative by flying endangered species back to their natural habitat. With a zero-tolerance policy towards the illegal trade of endangered wildlife, Qatar Airways recently announced the launch of Chapter 2 of its plan to rewild the planet, which includes returning wild animals to where they belong, free of charge. South African Customs seized more than 3.5 million worth of rhino horn headed to Malaysia. The Customs Detector Dog Unit at the OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg recently found a suspicious shipment containing 18 pieces of rhino horn weighing 63 kilograms concealed in clothing. This is the fourth rhino horn bust by South African Revenue Services Customs at OR Tambo Airport between July 2020 to February of this year. In legislative news, Peace for Animals, Social Compassion and Legislation, NRDC, and Friends of the Earth recently introduced the California Anti-Deforestation Act that will help protect critical rainforest habitat and endangered species. When signed into law, Bill AB 416 will require all California state contracts involving commodities that put tropical and primary boreal forests at risk, such as palm oil, soy, cattle, rubber, paper, pulp, and timber, to maintain a no deforestation, no peat, and no exploitation policy. Contractors will also have to provide evidence that their operations in these sensitive areas are not linked to forest destruction and degradation or abuses of Indigenous peoples' rights. In more legislative news, the Whale Entanglement Prevention Act aims to end the suffering and death of endangered marine life off the coast of California. This critical bill was recently introduced by Assemblymember Rob Bonta, along with co-sponsors Social Compassion and Legislation and the Center for Biological Diversity. The measure was created due to changing ocean conditions and the fact that the crabbing industry continues to use antiquated trapping gear that kills and injures critically endangered whales, sea turtles, and other marine species. The new bill will require the California crabbing industry and other trap fisheries to use ropeless gear by November 1st, 2025. Your help is needed to ban sport hunting of black bears throughout California. Shockingly, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife currently allows hunters to kill up to 1,700 black bears in a single season. Please contact your California lawmakers to voice your support for the Bear Protection Act and urge them to commit to passing this critical bill and end the brutal hunting of black bears throughout the state. You can find a list of your representatives on our website. In environmental news, a generous donor protects 300 acres of South Oahu's rainforest to save native species in Hawaii. Expected to be called the Pia Natural Area Reserve, the donation removes the land from private hands and makes it public land managed by Hawaii's Division of Forestry and Wildlife. The new reserve will help to protect rare, threatened, and endangered species that occupy the valley. A historic win as Spain announces plans to ban the hunting of wolves to protect the last 1,500 to 2,000 remaining in the country. All wolves in Spain are now listed as protected species, along with the Iberian lynx and the Cantabrian brown bear. Until now, only wolf populations south of Duero were protected, and those to the north were still allowed to be hunted. Thankfully, this ban on hunting will help the Iberian wolf species recover. In plant-based news, PepsiCo and Beyond Meat have teamed up to launch the Planet Partnership to create new plant-based offerings. The joint venture will leverage Beyond Meat's leading technology in plant-based protein development and PepsiCo's world-class marketing and commercial capabilities to create and scale new snack and beverage options. While WAN and Peace for Animals were previously wary of promoting PepsiCo due to its former use of conflict palm oil, in February 2020, the company notably pledged to no longer purchase palm oil from any direct or indirect supplier involved in deforestation over the last 4 years. It's a step in the right direction. For more breaking animal news stories and how you can help, visit worldanimalnews.com.